Well, hey everyone. Good morning. How's it going? My name is Shani and I'm a part-time reseller. And today I have a ship with me. This is going to be what sold over Memorial Day weekend, this Saturday and this Sunday. And also it is Tuesday. What is today? It is Tuesday the 27th. So this is actually going to be what sold yesterday on Monday on Memorial Day as well. And then at the end, I will give you my totals for last week. So, you'll just have to excuse my brain. I am a hospice on-call nurse and I worked last night and I had a call early this morning and got home late, charted late. It's a whole thing. So what you see is what you get. This is 4:45 a.m. hair, and I have my trusted flannel on. You guys see my flannel so much, and I actually got to thinking the other day, I was like, maybe I should tell them I do wash my flannels. A lot of times, like, I'll wear one out in my garage because it's chilly in the morning, and then, like, I take it off and I set it down, so then, like, that next day I'll put it on. So I promise you I wash my clothes. But you do see a lot of the same flannels in my videos, and I apologize for that, but it's what you're gonna get probably. So anyway, I guess I should not apologize for who I am, but I feel the need to. So there's that. I am actually at my kitchen table because my chickens, I have one that has learned she can jump up on the coop run. Because it's a shorter coop run and she's learned she can jump up on it. Well, the problem with that is if she learns she can jump up on the roof from that, which is about the same height, she can then jump over my fence. So I finally got her off of it. If you have chickens, it's like when they're interested in something, they like zone in on it. And so I have shooed her off of it about 4 times this morning until I can get out there and put some fishing line or something up. So anyway, that's why I'm sitting here so I can peek out there, but it looks like, no, I can see him. I don't know where she's at. Maybe she's jumped over. Oh, it's a day. My last week as an on-call nurse, guys. Amen to that. Amen. Cheers. Next week, I start working 4 days a week, 32 hours as kind of like a part-time admissions nurse. So anyway, it's been a long old road. And the thought of not having to do call at night anymore is very awesome. I don't know. But okay, let's just jump into it. It was like, okay, it wasn't the greatest Memorial Day weekend, but I have found in the past, this is just in the past for me, holiday weekends typically are, especially summer holiday weekends, they're slower for me because people are out doing things. However, if you live in the Midwest, especially Missouri, I don't know, like, we have just experienced downpours all weekend long. My backyard is a swamp and it rained. I'm like, I don't know why anyone ever plans Memorial Day weekend events because it rains every year. But anyway, okay. So I'm gonna try and do this a little bit organized. Let me pull I feel like I'm just slower today, guys, and I'm sorry. I'll do the Poshmark sales first. So between Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and I have one sale going out from eBay this morning. I went ahead and added just because, I didn't do my shipping yet. So, all right, let's see what this one, yep, okay. So this Poshmark sale was for Saturday. And this is, I'm gonna call this a Bolo brand. I had never heard of this brand before. It is called Public Rec. I don't even know, where do you buy Public Rec at? I don't know, let me know. This is Snua Tags. It's the everyday work pant, straight. Let's just look it up. It seems like I looked it up. Public Rec pants. Okay, so it has its own website. They might be sold like in stores too, I don't know. But they are very nice quality pants. These say, they say $108. $108. Some person would have bought and would have paid for. It looks like kind of not a quite athletic, well, they do have some athletic pants, kind of a casual athletic style. Yeah, this is showing guys like chinos, pocket shorts, pocket pants, golfing. So anyway, not like designer high quality, but definitely not cheap for me anyway. These are a size 30 or 44 30s. They're very, like, you can just tell they're higher quality. So I got these at my local Goodwill on April 28th for $9.84. I did pay up for them because I did comps when I was in the store, and because I saw that $108, $9, what did I just say? I saw the tag and I was like, I need to look into this. So I looked it up, and lo and behold, I was like, okay, I'm buying these. So I think I posted these for $45.99 or $46.99. And I got this pair and another pair. And I had already sold the other pair that you guys saw on a ship with me last week. I want to say it was last week. It was actually, I'm looking at it on the 20th. The other pair sold. They sold for $36. So I got a low offer on these on Poshmark. And I just countered at, I think I countered at $35, and then he countered at 26, and then I countered at 30, and I was like, this is the lowest I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna go lower than that. Otherwise, he can get them somewhere else. So I declined his offer. Then he sent me another one for $28. I declined it. Or I countered offered at 30, letting him know this is where I'm gonna be. And then he countered offered me again at 29. I'm sorry, my hair's trying to make it crazy. And truthfully, I was gonna just let it sit and just not even disregard him. And I was later at night, and I was like, I'm not gonna deal with this, because I've countered twice at 30, so he should know that's where I'm at. Well, he canceled that $29 offer, and then he accepted my $30 offer. So they sold for 30. That was the lowest I was gonna go. Technically, I'm giving him a good deal. Since my cost of goods was $9.84, which isn't, I mean, that's a pretty high cost of goods. My net profit was only $14.16, but I am glad to see these go. It's a relatively quick flip. I got them April 28th. You all know me, I don't post things right after I get them. Just with my work life and things like that, it takes me a while to get there. So anyway, that was one. And then my second Poshmark sale of the weekend was yesterday on Memorial Day. Yesterday ended up being pretty good. I received 6 sales yesterday, which is a good Monday. So I could tell people were kind of winding down from their weekend. But this was out of my personal closet, and it's a Mason Terra. This is a size 16 dress. It is a Mason Terra women's 3/4 sleeve lined midi dress, necktie, size 16. This was so pretty and sophisticated. And look at that, so pretty. And this necktie, it ties in the back. So you have this beautiful like bow on the back of your neck hanging down. It has a belt, a little skinny belt. So pretty. Look at that. It's so pretty. I loved it. And I was kind of sad. I lost just a little bit of weight, and it's just too big on me now. So I decided to part with it, which kind of makes me sad because I really did love this dress and I did wear it a few times. But it's going to someone else, and sorry. And I'm getting rid of it. So that was what was planned, right? Out of my personal closet. So it sold for $15. That's an offer. I think I listed it for $18.99. Comps aren't spectacular on this by any means. Truthfully, I don't even know where that brand is from. I found it thrifted, and I found it thrifting and I loved it. So I kept it for myself. So after the $2.95 fee, my net profit is $12 since I have zero cost of goods in this. So that was my 2 Poshmark sales. And I am happy for those, happy to get them out. All right. Sorry, I'm a little discombobulated because I just have stuff around me, and I'm actually going to show you some of it. Okay. I had one Facebook sale yesterday as well. So let me see if I can find that one. I have a Dave Matthews song on my brain because I was listening to music before I started this. Where did I stick it? Oh, of course, it's gonna be this one. Okay. So one Facebook, I'm actually supposed to meet a girl today for something else. The Chaco sandals, I bought some Chaco sandals and they were in a recent thrift haul, and she wanted to meet, but I just messaged her like, hey, making sure we're meeting today, question mark. Because you know how people will flake out even after they set up a time, and I'm still waiting to hear from her. So, okay, so this was a Torrid robe. This is the second one like these I've sold. Let me get to my title. This is a Torrid super soft knit, hooded, cinch waist, anorak robe, pockets, magenta, size 2. So, like I said, I have sold another one. You know, comps aren't the greatest on this. Torrid is just a good middle of the road bread and butter brand. It does have a following. I'm trying to get to the other shoulder. So it is really pretty. It does have a following, just a jersey knit, nice soft robe. I'm sure you could wear this like as a cardigan if you wanted. But anyway, I think technically when I looked it up, I think I had put a robe on the other one. So I'm making sure I don't have my little handy dandy roller, my lint roller, but I'm just making sure it didn't need it. Okay, so I sold this. I got this April the 1st for $118. I got it in a bag sale. I sold it for $17 plus shipping on Facebook, and it's staying in Missouri actually, and my net profit is $12.24 on this. So not too shabby, bread and butter, like I said, and that is typically where I fall. Anywhere from $8 to $15 is probably my average. I need to really look at that and average that out at the end of the year and see, because truthfully, I've never done that and that wants to stick on me. Okay, so there was my Facebook. I think all of these other ones are eBay sales. So I'm just gonna start grabbing. Paid and shipped. How was you guys this weekend? Let me know. Okay. So this sold on Sunday. This is a Angie Woman's Floral Rayon Maxi Dress, open back, new tag, size large boho, and I added cottage in there. This brand actually performs okay. I thought it was like a lower brand, like a lower boutique brand, but comps on this brand, Angie, seem to be doing okay. But look at this dress. It was so pretty. Look at that. How dainty is that? So pretty. Flowy. Definitely boho cottage. It's new with tag. It was for sale at Meijer. Originally priced at $40. So there you go on that deal. So I had a sale going on in my eBay store for Memorial Day. I had 20% off of almost everything except for the newer jewelry that I had just listed. And so that actually helped sell these items this weekend, I feel like. So I want to say I listed this around like $29.99 or something, but this sold for $23.19 with the sale, the discount. And did I tell you when I bought it? Oh, you know what? I cannot find it in my inventory, and I know I got this just recently. It was in a haul. I didn't have time to go back and look at my hauls to see if I could find it. But it seems like my cost of goods was like $1 or $2. It was like cheap compared to what I sold it for. So anyway, $23.19. My net profit is $18.96, and that's without me being able to figure out my comp or my cost of goods. So I ran out of my 10 by 13s this weekend, so I put a lot of my stuff in 15 by 12s. And then I ended up getting on Sunday, my 10 by 13s were delivered. So I'm just gonna have to fold it over like that. Okay, so that was a good one. Let's see. Y'all are gonna see some underwear. I know that you see underwear from me because I get it at my local pallet place. I have several different ones you'll see. So even though my net profit is very low on these, this is one of the reasons why I do go ahead and buy it, because normally they flip pretty fast, and it's like a couple bucks here and there. So anyway, this gentleman bundled two things of underwear. So I have these Pair of Thieves. This is the Super Fit Mesh Magic. This brand of underwear sells pretty good. There's 2 pair in this one, and I did buy this year. My cost of goods was at $307. And then this I got at the end of last year, and it just hadn't sold yet. There's only 1 pair in here. It was meant to be a 2-pack, and so I did lower the price on that. So I sold this pair on a $5 offer, and they bought this pair as well, and they purchased this for $11.20 on an offer I sent them. And then they bundled it. Shipping was the same that I charged on this pair, and so I refunded them their shipping on this pair. And after everything is said and done, my net profit is $9.25, and I'm okay with that. Of course, I did already claim the $207 on that single pair. That's what I paid last year. for that. And so I already claimed that last year, so I'm not claiming it again, but I'm at least recouping that money back. And you know, it got that buyer to purchase more than one thing for me. So that's pretty awesome. So, all right, there's another one down. Okay. And then this is a long tail item that just kind of has sat. You see me pick up denim skirts a lot. They do sell. It's just sometimes it depends on like brand. I love picking up the vintage denim dress or skirts also, but it just kind of depends on the size, the brand, things like that. But this has been in my store forever, and it is an Old Navy denim jean skirt. My title is Old Navy women's denim short jean skirt, size 8, raw hem. And this was purchased on my 20% off sale. They bought it for $9.60, and it made, this was a long tail item, so I don't have my cost of goods anymore, but it made my profit $7.26 this year. So I'm happy with that. When I went to Goodwill on Monday, I did get to go on Monday. I only have one more Monday to shop at Goodwill, and then I start my working during the day job. So, darn it. But they had a lot of denim skirts, but none of them were on the sale price. So I thought, well, maybe next Monday some of them will be, if they're still there. So, okay. Same thing. I ran out of my 10 by 13, so it's going out in my last 12 by 15. Okay, and then let's see what else I got. So 3 sales on Saturday. The Old Navy skirt, the Pair of Thieves lot, so technically 4 items, but 3 sales. And the Public Rec pants. And then Sunday came and I sold 3 items as well. The Angie dress, and then I'm gonna just try and go in order here, but I gotta find it, and I'm struggling. I'm on the struggle bus today, I'm not gonna lie. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Hanes, some more underwear. And these were on eBay. These are Hanes Women's Microfiber Smoothing High Cut Underwear Panties, size 8, extra large, pack of 6. So you can tell they're new. These did sell for $10 on an offer, and I purchased them on April the 30th for $307. So my net profit is only $420, but super quick flip. I had two of these, and they've already sold. This is the second one to go, and these sold on eBay. So very quick flip. Like I said, just recouping my money and making a couple bucks, and I am fine with that. So a lot of times I've had patients. I've had people that have bought underwear from me before, and they come back because they know I have it normally. So my sticky on this is kind of messing up. Okay, here we go. So 10 by 13. And then, where's that? I'm missing one. It must be out in my garage, y'all. My garage is a disaster, I'll tell you that. Okay, so I'm just gonna tell you about it. I must have left it sitting out there. It is a Eddie Bauer women's XXL t-shirt, Disney Park, My Happy Place Minnie Mouse design. So it was an Eddie Bauer t-shirt, and then it looked like someone maybe used their Cricut, whatever you call it, to do their own design. And it was a Minnie Mouse with a red bow, and it had the Disney park, had like the castle on it, and it said "My Happy Place." So I think someone made it themselves, but it sold on an offer of $12, and my net profit on that shirt, I bought it April the 9th for 65 cents. I got it in a bag sale, and my net profit is $9.51 on that. So I'm sorry about that. Oh, it fell. Here it is. I'm like, where'd it go? Okay, good. I can show you. Oh man, I'm making it. You know what I mean? Sometimes all you can do is make it. And that's where I'm at, and that's okay. I acknowledge that, and I'm going on with my day. So, okay, look at that. Isn't that the cutest? It's glittery. Very cute. It's an XXL, so I knew it would sell, even though it's, you know, most likely homemade. I knew it would sell. And the t-shirt is super soft too, so I think they'll be happy when they get it. Okay, so that was my 3 on Sunday. The microfiber panties, the Eddie Bauer shirt, and the Angie dress. And then Monday rolled around. It was a good Monday. Even though it rained, and it was a bummer here, but okay. All right. Ooh. Monday rolled around, I had the Facebook sale, and then I also sold some more underwear. Look at me go. And this is Pair of Thieves. Men's Super Fit Mesh Magic. It says Mesh Magic. They're kind of a meshy. Boxer briefs, 2-pack, size large. Excuse me. This sold for $11.20. My cost of goods was $307 on April the 30th, and my net profit is $6.46. So this one was definitely a good buy. When I bought all those, the girl working the pallet place was like, "You're getting, that's a good brand." I was like, "Yeah, I know." Not a lot of people are buying them at the pallet place. I'm like, well, I'm here for it. Okay. Those things want to stick to my hands. Okay. Then we've got this Free People Ellie Burnout Velvet Blue Mini Dress Studded Neckline, size medium. I've had this forever. They purchased it on my 20% off sale. It's very cute, I think. It's blue. It's all velvety. It's really pretty. Here's the Free People. But it just has sat in my closet. It looks like I need to, there we go. A little string hanging. Okay, there is a string I need to cut. So, you know, you can tell sometimes if you pull a string, it's not gonna be good. And that's where that one's at. Okay, so this sold 20% off. They paid $19.99 plus shipping. I'm really not sure what I originally had posted it for. I know I've came down on my price on that. My net profit is $17.28. So there's that. This is also a longer tail item that I recently separated. I think I've told you guys that I did that. And it's an Eileen Fisher. You know, some Eileen Fisher, especially smaller sizes, it just sits and sits. So I don't know, even though it is a super expensive brand, but this, I was hoping it would sell, size medium. My title is Eileen Fisher Blue Gray Organic Cotton Blend Tank Blouse, size medium. So what I did, it's like super cute. Look at that. You can tell it's like the organic fabric too. What I did is the same day I got this, I also got a size small Eileen Fisher or something or other. It's another blouse. And that one looked oversized. And so I put them together in a lot, and I basically put that the small was oversized, and it actually ran about the size of this one. And I did get some washers, but I didn't feel like it was like enough washers considering 2 Eileen Fisher shirts. So I just recently decided to separate them and post them separate. So I did. This was in my 20% off sale. They purchased this for $19.99 plus shipping. My net profit is $17.52. So not what you would maybe expect for Eileen Fisher, but I'm happy with that because this was last year. I don't have my comps or my cost of goods on it any more. So I'm just, I'm getting my money back on it. So, okay. This actually sold this morning. So I'm going ahead and shipping it. This was a pickup on May the 5th for $2.01 or 7 cents at my local Goodwill. It was 75% off. Goodwill wanted quite a bit for it because it was new with tag. It's the brand Ruffle Butts Rugged Butts. And this is like a lightweight denim onesie, one piece. You cannot on eBay use the term onesie unless it's a Gerber, I'm pretty sure. It will give you a warning too. So put it as a one piece, but look at that. Isn't that the cutest? And they actually show the little girls wearing these on their own without any, pants or anything because they do have this. It's definitely kind of like a romper. So my title is Ruffle Butts, Girls Lightweight Blue Denim One-Piece Romper, size 18 to 24 months, new with tag. So even though these, I'm going to say they're not cheap, their resale value is not the greatest. And I went ahead and had bought this. Goodwill wanted 8 something originally, and I got it on the 75% off sale. So, I went ahead and posted it for $12.99, even though like comps were showing it like anywhere from like $6 to $9. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna post it high. So this morning I had 2 offers on it. I had a $10 offer and a $9 offer. Well, the $10 offer I accepted first, of course. Well, their payment never went through. So then I just was like, you know what? Just accept the $9. And if their payment goes through and beats the other one, that's what I'm doing. And so that's exactly what happened. Their payment came through immediately. So my net profit on that is $5.63. And it was a pretty quick flip. And then the last item is the Vans t-shirt. You saw this recently in a haul from a garage sale. It was on May the 2nd is when I got this. I bought it for $3. I just sold it for $12.60 on sale. I think I sent them an offer and they accepted. But it is the Vans. It's got a little pineapple skull. And then there's the back. I actually think I posted the picture of this so they could see the back of it. And I think this is just a really cool Vans shirt. Vans t-shirt, men's extra large, short sleeve, crew neck, served fresh, graphic, classic fit. That was my title. Sold for $12.60. And my net profit on this is $6.79. So not super great, but I have sold another Vans shirt from that same garage sale. I really thought about lotting them all up together, and I just made the last minute decision to keep them separate, and then maybe someone would come along and buy a couple of them. But I do need to lint roll that, so I'm gonna do that. But I want to show you guys something before I get off here. Well, I want to give you my totals too, so let's do that. So I feel like I'm kind of all over the place on this video. I'm so sorry because I'm just tired and I've had 3 cups of coffee, and it's not a good combination when you mix very tired with coffee, but that's where I'm at. So, okay, so from May 19th through May the 25th, so Monday through Sunday, that's how I do mine. I had 27 sales. My goal is 35 that I have yet to hit this year, but I'm gonna do it. And that's all there is to it. I'm gonna do it. But 27 sales, my net profit for the week is $391.77. So that's my net profit. I hardly ever tell you my gross profit because there's so many factors that go, that you have to take away from that. It really does not matter what my gross profit is. It's what I'm bringing home and it's what's going in the bank. And so to me, that's why I typically will only give you my net profit, just so you know that. I don't feel like it. I don't really feel like it matters with your gross profit because you haven't taken your cost of goods out of things. And sometimes that's a big factor. Like you can be a, 6-figure reseller, and usually they're figuring that 6-figure reseller based off of their gross profit, but that's not shipping taken out. That's not cost of goods taken out. So really, there are sellers out there, they have very high cost of goods. So they might be a 6-figure reseller, but they spend a lot to make a lot. So to me, I don't know. My personal opinion is I want to know what someone is bringing home. So please tell me what your net profit is. So that's why I give that to you. So I hope that explains my reasoning for that. But so 391, which was a little bit higher than the previous week. Yeah, the previous week was 329. So I did have a better week. The week before that was really good. So I had a couple high priced sales that helped that. But in my debt journey, this will be my 8th payment. So this next week, I will actually give you kind of an update on, after 2 months of payments, where does my debt stand? I'm working on paying off a bill that was just over $9,000, and so I'll give you kind of the update on where I'm at after this payment goes through. So today I will be making a $97.94 payment, and it's my 8th payment. So that's 4 weeks of being consistent, making an extra payment a week. So I'm really hoping that will show quite a difference in this bill. So, I'm continuing to also make my minimum payments for the month. So not only am I paying extra, but I'm also making the minimum payment that automatically just comes out of our bill account. And so I'm hoping to just really start seeing a dramatic change in the overall, what I owe. But it has a high interest on it. And so I'm trying to chip away and definitely chip away and get this thing paid off. Cause it's, it's like when you have debt, it's just financially stressful. And so, yeah, I wasn't always the smartest and, made some really stupid mistakes when we were younger, my husband and I both. And so, it catches up to you, and you just have to face it and get it paid off and just tell yourself, I'm doing this regardless of what's going on in my life, and we're going to do this. And so that's what I'm doing. And I have paid off two things already, my student loans and then a Home Depot credit card paid off. So now I'm working on my 3rd one. So you know what? I've done something. So, okay. In my recent journeys, reselling journey, I don't know where I'm at. 39 minutes, not bad. Okay. I have really started finding a love for, I love vintage jewelry, and you guys have seen like that vintage brooch I found. I just got it in a grab bag at a flea market, but it just kind of piqued my interest, and I've never really been into jewelry up until now. And so I've really started to kind of not like focus in on it, but just kind of look at it, at least give it a look when I'm in thrift stores. So I've started doing that. I've actually found some good pieces. But this lady locally, I noticed she had bags of jewelry, and here is just one of them. I actually went through these. So she had several lots, and I could tell she has I don't know if it's a pawn shop or some sort of reselling business. She sells high-end stuff like Louis Vuitton bags and things like that. And so she has a business, and she had posted lots of estate sale jewelry, and it was basically like, you know, good pieces. Some might be broken for crafting, blah, 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 blah. So I commented asking her if like 3 of them were available. And then finally I just sent her a message. I said, hey, I've sent you several messages. I'm actually interested in all that you have. If you just want to shoot me what you have in a number. So she actually did. She shot me a number. She said, I have 4 gallon size bags. Which she said 2 are packed full, 2 are half full, but I would do $80 on all of it. And she originally had them all listed for like $25 a bag or something. So I was like, sold. When can I get? She actually doesn't live very far away from me at all. I drove, picked them up, put the money in the barrel yesterday for her, and then got home, and my husband was like, you're like a kid in a candy store going through all that jewelry. I'm like, I know, I can't help myself. So what I did is I went through it. I got all of the pieces that are like signed, a good, like, look at these. These are vintage Napier. They even still have their card. They're still on the card. Look at those. Are those not beautiful? I think I maybe will take them off of the card and put them on mine. I bought some new black ones so I could take good pictures with them. But anyway, but look at those. Aren't they gorgeous? So and then here's a Monet, a brand new Monet vintage bracelet. So I pulled out things that were signed or things like this that piqued my interest. This is a vintage brooch. How pretty is that? So I have a whole pile of things that, and maybe I can show you. Let me just tilt. Do you see that? This is all signed, all of it. Or if it's not signed, it's like this brooch isn't signed, but it's very pretty. So I think I'm gonna list that. And you never know, when I look it up, maybe it will have a designer name. Because I recently posted that brooch for $70 that isn't signed, but when I Google searched it, it told me who the maker was on it. But just really pretty pieces. Like, look at this one. This is Monet. And Monet has the signature on this little thing. But look at this necklace. Is that not the prettiest? Like a little mother of pearl long necklace. I just think that was so pretty. And that just hangs, I guess. It almost looks like it should. Oh, you know what? It does this. Well, duh, I'm stupid. Well, I think. I'm gonna have to look at that some more. I just thought it was a long necklace. Okay, so yeah, it toggles. So I gotta figure out how to get this back on the end of it. So, okay. But anyway, I could go on and on, but very pretty jewelry. Look at these Monet earrings, so pretty. Now they are clip, but so I have a pile of, this is the stuff I'm listing online. So I already know, here's all I'm listing on mine. And then I ended up with 2 huge bags of jewelry that's, you know, vintage beads and cute things that are not signed, but very cute. So I'm actually going to, I think, do whatnot shows with these. Depending on how I do have a whatnot show scheduled for June 1st at 7 p.m. and it is jewelry. It's another lot I had bought, but look at these. Aren't those cute? And these are just unsigned, but that's an example. It's gonna be like vintage estate sale, jewelry sale. So, and then I thought, okay, maybe I'll do $2 to $3 starts. I'm doing $3 starts on the next sale I'm doing, because it has to be, I know a lot of whatnotters, they do like $1 starts, but you really have to have a following. I mean, it has to be worth your time. I don't want to just do $1 starts and just sell all of this for $1 each and then have to package each one of them. So, you know, I don't know. I really debated where to start. So I did $3 starts on the sale that I'm going to do on the 1st. And then I'll definitely have, this is at least probably 2 more sales. I can do more jewelry in. And I'm really, like, even my husband said, I think you found your niche. Like, you seem to be really into this. And then something else I did, this is a little bag. And so what this is all broken. It's mostly all pearls and they're all broken. And I want to, y'all know I craft. So I want to make the Christmas trees on old photo frames on like a black velvet background. I want to make me a Christmas tree out of old pearls and jewels. So I have started collecting for that because that's gonna probably take quite a bit. So I saved, and I wanted my mother-in-law to be able to make one. So I'm trying to save for the both of us to have some fun, beautiful pearls and jewels to use. And then I have a whole bag of broken, stones missing. So this would be, look at that brooch. I was so sad when that brooch wasn't. So definitely missing pieces. None of this is wearable. It's broken, the chains are broken, the jewels are missing, the rhinestones. So I am actually going to post this for sale on eBay because crafters do buy these lots, especially when there is good jewelry or good, you know, things that they can use in their crafts. So anyway, so this is gonna go for sale today. I did spend $80 on this lot, but I definitely think I'm going to make quite a bit of money off of it when it's all said and done, especially since I have a whole bunch here to list online. And then something else cool that I found was a little vintage jewelry box, and it even has Burr, Patterson, and Auld Company Jewelers, Fraternity Jewelers, and it has the address, Detroit, Michigan. And I was like, oh, that's the sweetest little jewelry box. I thought that was so cute. It is ripped a little bit, so I don't know if people are into that. And then like I got a set of these little copper, mini copper, this was in the bags. How cute is that? So I'm gonna look into those as well. And then for some reason, there was some wooden apples. I don't know. It was in the bag as well. So anyway, that's all I got. I just want to keep showing you. Look at this little Santa tree, Christmas tree. I just want to keep showing you. So now my chickens are gonna peck on my glass door, so I will get off here. Thanks for watching. I hope y'all's Memorial Day was amazing and your sales were up, and I just hope the next couple weeks are pretty good, and I just got to get to listings. So thanks so much. Have a blessed day and be nice to people today.